It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Ravens and the Chiefs, and it comes your way. Next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing Jones. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Going with Armstead, a 1st down carry. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You talk about this Chiefs defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
A 2nd down pass play. Complete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Holding,
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Okay, so following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Seven Pirates!
There, Richardson back to throw it. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Panther 11. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw. 20. Oh, he's going to have the first down and then more. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Well, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, caught at the 21. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. Hey, look at this Baltimore defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis that... with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now 3rd down and 7. Jones looking to change the play. Jones now on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, here's the option. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. On first down, again, they go with Armstead. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Ravens hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now it's Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Jones. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards from up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that position.
He's to the 20. They're all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. With a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And out come the Chiefs now. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. Mechie has it on the slam. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the 1st. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, get back.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw.
A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and now them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. That's to the sideline and incomplete. problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18. 19 Lions.
Now Richardson. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
18 Rattlers. 18 Rattlers.
Here's Richardson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Armstead running straight ahead. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now Richardson is going to keep it running right. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
65.
Trying to pick it up with Armstead. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
No. Street.
They'll try and run for it. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Rig alert! Rig alert!
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chiefs offense set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And his throw here is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete there to Bateman.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Warriors 70. Trap 50. Trap 50.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Flushed out right. And he'll get this out past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, it's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Ready.
Richardson to the air on first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Brings up third down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in that one. Wan'Dale Robinson, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Giants looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. This one not close in the end. 38-15, the final. We saw a strong first half out of the mobile quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter.
The tight end in motion right.
Hurt. Right there, hurt. Ready.
Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
Gardner, like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen. And they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
running right through him. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Throwing Jones.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Jones.
Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie.
Complete to John Mechie. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
They go play action with Richardson.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson. There for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Quick throw completed by Richardson.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Jones. Throw left side, complete to Cup.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because... to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Jones throw here, hauled in by Cup.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and
he's got him. Touchdown, Chiefs. Cooper Kupp, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Cleveland to return from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Richardson. That is caught. Kincaid with it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
That's good for a Baltimore Ravens.
From the gun, they go with Armstead.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive. And in a relatively trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, two-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they send a man in motion right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain deep.
And will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. But this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll take it at the 42. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Quick throw to Olave.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Richardson to throw off play action.
Rolling to his right.
That's Olave bringing in another one.
And he is out of bounds Ravens inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Milton Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The Ravens on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Dragon 60!
Now Richardson.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Bronco 80! Ready?
They'll try and run for it. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
And Nelson's got him here right side. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
19 tight! 19 tight!
Now it's Richardson.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And this one is right through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. KC's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling. They don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 26. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Gets past one man.
And they're able to return this all the way up to the 45. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Jones. One last shot at the end zone. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Baltimore, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.